What's up, Caps Nation? We're back for the Coach's Corner this week. This week we've got Michael Van Dongen, better known as V-Dog. Welcome to the room.
Thanks, Lockie.
All good. Obviously, we're going into round 4 this weekend. The team's 2-2. 2 wins against the North side teams. Obviously, 2 different looking teams because obviously the most recent game they had a few players in that weren't in the first round. But then the tough games also to Phoenix and Districts. How's the group feeling at the moment?
Yeah, I think the feeling's pretty good amongst the group. I know when I looked at the schedule, I looked at our first 4 games, and obviously knowing who Spartans had recruited, we thought we'd have a bit of a crack, but granted they gave us a bit of a lesson. We did think that we could get the Phoenix game. However, their team played extremely well. I think they shot over 55% from the field, 40+% from the 3-point line. They had a really good game and beat us by about 16 or 17. So not too bad. We're 2-2. I thought we could have been 3-1, but it is what it is, and you move on. You've still got 13 games left to play. So
yeah, the dream would be to be 4-0, but
correct.
Doesn't normally happen. Obviously on the weekend, Meg Essex had 2 huge games. The first one, I think she had 27, and the next one she had 26.
Yeah.
What's her role been like on the team, and how have you kind of developed that?
I spoke to Meg about her role after our QSL season, and for her, how to help her develop her game to the next level so she can start knocking on the WNBL door. And the feedback I got from a couple of coaches around the WNBL was that they saw her as more of a 4. So we're trying to play Meg at the 4 rather than at the 5. Obviously, we recruited Steph Collins to come in and be that 5, so that could then also help Meg expand and play more of the 4. And she did a great job on the weekend at shooting. I think she was 13 of 22 on Friday night at Phoenix, and then 12 of 18 against the Wizards. So it's great to see Meg. That's sort of what she was doing for us last year in the QSL as well. So it's good to see her get some quality touches and then finish those shots.
Yeah, potentially knocking on the door of the WNBL with a few more performances like that.
I hope so.
We'll see.
Great for Meg as well. So
yeah, obviously the goal of most NBL1 teams is to have a lot of your juniors in it. Obviously this year we've got Audrey Fuller, played caps pretty much all through her juniors, and then also representing Queensland. Do you see any other kids that are in that maybe 16s, 18s group that potentially could make the leap in a couple of years' time?
Yeah, I think our under-16 group has a lot of talented kids coming through. So obviously we look at Hillary Fuller. She's got a great future. I know she's being talked about going to the COE in the next couple of years. So be great experience for Hillary. Lily Schmidt's there as well. You got Tess McKinnon, Violet Smith. I don't know a lot of the other kids in the group, but there's 3 or 4, potentially 5 kids coming through our under-16s that we would love to see eventually crack into our NBL1 squad and play seniors for us as well.
Yeah, I think it's a good mix across the men's and the women's. Like, there are a lot of people that grew up through Capitals, so it's awesome to see within the program those guys getting their looks now. Now, if we're flipping to think about the NBL1 season, obviously you would have seen a lot of the other results over the weekend and stuff like that. Are there any teams that you think could be, I guess, a dark horse when it comes to the finals? Obviously we know Logan and Spartans will be there. Are there any other teams you think could be quite dangerous when it gets to that situation?
I think Townsville with their veterans. I know they're undefeated at the moment, but not really a dark horse, but they could be as well.
Yep.
Especially if they finish top 2, potentially a home semi-final. It's a lot harder to beat Townsville in Townsville than having Townsville on the road. You look at Mackay. Obviously, they probably won't have Kayla come finals time. She'll be a bit busy in Tokyo, depending on when she gets back, and if she has to quarantine, who knows what happens with Mackay. Down lower a little bit, you think Northside, with the addition of Tiana, she's going to make them a lot better. I know they were a lot better the second time we played them last weekend as opposed to the first time. Rip are still trying to find their feet, but they've added the second Delaney sister. I think her name's Bree. So they're going to make a bit of a push eventually. You look at Sunshine Coast Phoenix with McCulley, McLeod, Abbott, 3 solid veteran players who are playing quite well. They were big against us. Who else? Southwest have a good roster. I've just seen their team list for this weekend, and they've added Shah Mellars, and I think Steph Bairstow is back as well this weekend, so that's a big challenge for us. But I think they'll make a bit of a push as well. Pretty deep roster, so they would be my 3 or 4. And don't count out Gold Coast, well-coached team. Getting some players back soon from injury as well, I think. So yeah, there's 4 or 5 teams. Obviously us, hopefully. But yeah, there's 4 or 5 teams that I see that could potentially push a Logan and a Spartans.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, then trying to get a bit of a peek behind the curtain for this weekend, we've got Pirates. I think they're 1-2.
Yep.
What are you guys thinking to pull out against them, and what are some of the strategies you're going to have for Saturday?
The coaching staff, Bill and Dean and I, we've sat down and we've all watched their game against Logan, and Logan played a fair bit of zone. I don't know if that was tactical or whether that was because they had a double header and they were probably trying to save a little bit of energy, and Southwest did some really good things against them. So yeah, we'll probably have a chat tonight and work out some more tactical stuff for Thursday night practice, and then work on it, and hopefully the plan comes off on Saturday. Obviously Amanda Johnson will be a big key to slow her down, keep her numbers down, and I think if we can do that, we'll be right there.
Yep. Hopefully bounce back and get back into the positive. 3-2 after this weekend. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Best of luck for the weekend. Thanks for joining me in the locker room this week. Hopefully we get a couple more episodes in later in the year.
Too easy. Thanks, Lockie.
Magic. Thanks, man.
Cheers, man.